So today, make it very short. It's nice to see you. Hello.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Can you elaborate further?
What's happening?
Can you elaborate further what this goodbye means?
There is... Huh?
Goodbye to the year or what?
No. I said I will give a very short Dhamma talk. Hello, nice to see you. Goodbye. New Year, what is it? Christmas, what is it? It's just in our minds. I mean, we are so accustomed to it. I mean, Chinese New Year, we are so accustomed. Asian people are so accustomed to it. Thai New Year, they are so accustomed to it. I mean, one day is just like the next day. What does it mean? What does it mean? There's fever, there's nasal congestion, there is headache, there is there's cough. And you call it, I'm sick. What does it change? Does it change the chitta? No. It's a state of the body. The body is in a state where it just has where it just has caught a cough. But then, of course, you can't do the things that you wanted to do or you planned to do, and then you feel so sorry or you feel so sick. And that's why But if you just see it as something, that is happening, I mean, that's fine. And just like a New Year, it's just happening. It's just one day after the next, What is the meaning? Nothing. I mean, if you want to make a determination that we are good, then we make it now, right now. We don't wait for the New Year to come. If we want to keep the precepts, we make it right now. If we don't want to talk bad, we make it right now and keep it from now on. We don't need a New Year. I mean, it's all, it's all hoax. I mean, all this, these festivities, of course, for the working people, it's nice to have a holiday. And the holiday, hopefully, is for them, a day of reflection, what they are doing in their lives, or what they are doing with their lives. But for most of the people, this Christian holidays are not for reflection, they just take it off. Have some fun. Practice generosity 3 times a year. Practicing generosity 3 times a year. Christmas, birthday, and Easter. I mean, it's not enough, huh? I mean, when you're down in hell, if you get only 3 times a year, something, where you can breathe, out of the fire for a moment, I mean, would you think that's enough? No, certainly it's not enough. I mean, generosity, fixed on a few days in the year, that is not kind of generosity. Generosity means be generous. Every moment, every moment of one's life. One lets go of the things that one wants to. I mean, I'm talking about practitioners. I'm not talking about worldly people who just, whenever they see something, they want something. No, that's not it. I'm talking about people who are interested in practice, who are interested in transgressing, who are interested in getting further with their with their way of life. Getting further away from dukkha, or from the things that trigger dukkha. I mean, of course I can say I have a cold, it doesn't mean anything to me. But for you, it's not helpful, to say you have a cold. There's a cold, and then look at the symptoms, look at the headache, look at the fever, What is fever? Actually, then you have the biggest experience of your life. You can actually know and experience for yourself what it means to be that the body is not well. That the body changes, that the body is fever. What is fever? What is fever? Huh? Huh? What is headache? Huh? What is nasal congestion? What is cough? What is a sore throat? I mean, what are these things? We want to know for ourselves. We just say it, and then it's gone off. I mean, the balloon just taken off and we are satisfied, just like children. Taking off a balloon, they look after it, and it's gone. There's nothing to do. We give things symbols, and then they're off our attention. But that is not practice. Practice is to be visited. To re-experience these things. Huh? The moment they come on, it's always good if something, changes within the body, one can, doesn't help, to get up because the pain doesn't come, from sitting. So you will experience it probably for a week, or if it's a good cold, if it's a heavy cold, you will experience it for a week. So, you can dive into, investigate. What actually is it, what I'm afraid of? Because we are afraid of, I don't want to catch a cold. Huh? And then we do all sort of stupid things. Last time I was talking about fear. Fear that drives us mad. Fear of death, fear of pain. And other people can use our fears, to control us. Yes, I obey you, my Lord. Whom do I obey? I obey the fear. Whoever is able to put me into a state of fear, is able to control me. And if it's sickness, then it's not somebody else who's controlling me, but it's the kilesas who control me. Now I can't go out. Now I can't do this. Now I feel so sorry for myself. I feel all life long I feel so sorry for myself. Why can't I get up, I feel so tired. Why am I constantly in pain? I feel so sorry for myself. Does it help us? No. Doesn't help us at all. Let's just look at these things. Happiness doesn't come from a healthy body. I'm happy. I'm very happy. I'm very contented. Even though I see the symptoms of the cold, I don't say these are pleasant. They are not pleasant. They are unpleasant. Of course they are unpleasant. But does it bother me? No. It just doesn't bother me. No, I have a cold. I cannot come and give a talk. No, I feel so sick and I can't come and give a talk. No, I can't do this. I can't do this. It's the voice of the kilesas, BBC. We should call it Kilesas Broadcasting Company, KBC.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's funny, We're so stuck in our... And everything is so nice, We want to make it so nice. Buddhism is so nice, it doesn't, Just don't make me angry. Peaceful, easy Buddhism. What is it? Practice is, practice. And that is the moment where we have to face our difficulties. That's practice. If we don't face our difficulties, it's not practice. It's just the same thing. It's just the same mechanism we trained for the last, this life we know and we remember, but probably the last millions or billions of lives. We try to escape dukkha. Wherever we went and saw dukkha, we escaped it. Now we have the opportunity to face up with it. What is dukkha? What is there actually so bad about it, to be able to have to run away from it? What is there so bad about a cold to have to run away to it and to feel sorry for myself? What is it? I mean, the chitta is completely independent of this body. I mean, it's the owner of the body. I mean, don't forget it. You make the chitta you make the body the owner of the chitta. I mean, you feel that like the body drives the chitta, Not only with cold, with sickness, with lust and so on. I mean, you all think, it comes from the body. Don't you? I mean, where do the things arise? They arise in our heart, in our chitta. That's where they arise. Everything arises in our chitta. Feeling arises in our chitta. So, memory arises in our chitta. Thoughts arises in our chitta. I mean, the body doesn't have any thoughts. I mean, if the body would have thoughts about itself, it would change itself. I mean, it would make it much more resistant. Oh. It's very fragile, this body, isn't it? Just a little germ creeping into the nose, pop, 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 and it upsets the whole system. Or somebody disturbs the cell growth, and it disturbs the whole system, and they're afraid. I have to die, I have to die, I have to die. I have cancer. Well, cancer is nothing else than, disorderly cell growth. I mean, the cell grows all the time in our body since our youth. Since we were born, until we die, then they stop growing. Our hair grows, our teeth grows, our nail grows, everything grows, everything changes. What is this? This is not me, this is not myself, that does not belong to me. Whatever I see, whatever I experience, whatever I hear, is not me, it's not myself, doesn't belong to me. And then we can stay at ease. That's what we actually want to. Don't we want to stay at ease? But we see, we practice meditation, we sit in a sitting position, and after 2 hours, the pain becomes too much. That's where we forget it. This pain is not me, it doesn't belong to me, this is not myself, there is pain, that's it. Okay. Thank you for coming into my awareness. Okay, now I can investigate. Wonderful. I mean, take the things, as wonderful occurrence, that just happened, and investigate it. Investigate it through so it won't bother you. Understand it, how it arises, how it ceases, how it comes on about. But no, I feel sorry for myself. And what is, then if you're a little bit smart, or if you're a little bit clever, then ask yourself, I feel sorry for myself. Who is the self that I feel sorry for? And what do you find? I mean, even our daily use of language is so ridiculous. But we believe it. That's why, and everybody uses this term, everybody uses this expression. So, I mean, nobody even thinks about it. What is this? I feel sorry for myself. I feel depressed, What is depression? I mean, if we feel sorry for ourselves for a long time, we might end up in a depression. We can't get out of it. Because we don't understand the mechanism that brought us there in the first place. I mean, if you know the road that leads into the pit of hell, then you can follow it back up, outwards. But we are not mindful, so we don't see the road that leads to hell. Or in the pits of fire. So righteous we take the road, and righteous we go to hell. Isn't that wonderful? All these people in the world righteously march into hell. And they think, everybody of them thinks, I'm not going to hell. And still they march. They won't stop. Because the herd is going along. And the leading bull, the kilesas, are leading us there. And we're just stupid enough to follow them. So today is Christmas, let's say, what did Jesus say about this? He said the masses are going through the broad door that leads to destruction. I mean, just another word for it. Only few go in the stony path that leads to the heavens. Oh. Okay. It's up to you, which path to follow. You're going down to hell or you're going to heaven. When you look at the description that the Lord Buddha gave about, how many people are going to hell and how many are going to heaven, then he said, he took the bull for an example. He said, do you see that bull over there? How many hairs does he have on his fur? Those are the people who go to hell. Okay. Hell. How many how many horns does he have? Oh, that's then for the people who go to heaven on Nibbana. I mean, it's pretty clear, isn't it? And I don't doubt the Lord Buddha. I don't doubt what he sees and what he was so kind in teaching us the way that we can still follow after 2,500 years. Now it's 2,550 years. We still can follow it. And it still leads to the same results as 2,550 years ago. It can lead us to Arahantship. It can lead us to Sotapan. It can lead us to Sakadagami or Anagami or Arahant. It still can lead us if you really would follow the way. And the way is the path of Sila, Samadhi and Panya. Okay, keeping our precepts. From now on, we don't need a new year to keep our precepts. And we know what happens. We all did it because we all were, fooled by whatever other people were doing, melting, how do you call it? Melting zinc or whatever. Is it zinc? You melt. Huh?
Melting pot.
Huh?
Pot.
Melting pot.
Melting pot.
No. You melt something, and it's I forgot the English description.
You can pour molten metal into a
Yes, molten, but it's not metal. What do you call it? You make these little soldiers out of it.
Lead.
Lead, yes. So, and to see your fortune. I mean, don't we do that? I mean, it shows us the future, huh? Where's the future? The future is written down in our chittas. So people all use these kinds of things, huh? And the determination we set on, the New Year's Eve, I mean, after 7 days it's gone. We forget it, And the next year we remember it again. So that's not the way, just having one day in a year for occasion, to set up a determination to be better, to better ourselves. I mean, that's ridiculous, huh? I mean, if we really want to better ourselves, we have to We instigate our determination every day. Then it works. Every day, and maybe even every hour. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I really don't want to do this because this is not wholesome. But something within us tries us to do it, I just want to open my mouth, huh? So we know it doesn't make any sense, We still do it. So we have to be determined every moment, every hour, every day. Not to do it. To think about it before we open our mind. Before we open our mouth. Or to think about it before we do anything, before we scratch ourselves. Okay, at least, think about it. Reflect about it. What am I going to do? Not just stretch out the hand, take the glass of water. Because you're unaware of the thought that I want to drink some. Be aware of these things. Be aware of the chitta, that sends the command. And of course the kilesas operate with fear. Just like in the human world, They make us soldiers because we have to defend our own country. They make us afraid of the other soldiers. If the other soldiers from other countries are coming, then they're mistreating us. So they make us soldiers, to defend our own country. And if you don't defend it, you have to go to prison. Okay, well, better, okay, I'll defend it. Or other things. If you don't do this, then this will happen. If you're not afraid of death, okay, sure. Okay, he's not afraid of death. But I'm sure he's afraid of pain. So torture him. And then he will talk. He's ready to die, but he's not ready to bear the pain. Okay, smart. The kilesas are clever, so they know with what us, with how they can deal with us, the most, or the best. With fear, some people with doubt. Doubt can be extremely powerful. Doubt doesn't let us do anything. Whatever we wanted to do, we have our doubts about it, so we don't do it. There must be something better, Then we go and see this, We have our doubts about it. Okay, no, that's not right. And whatever we see, that's not right. And in the end, we become a cynic. Nothing is right in this world because our heart is not right. That's the only reason. Our chitta is not right. That's why everything in this world is not right. If our chitta is right, everything in this world is just perfect. Don't tell it to outsiders because they don't see the world as perfect. But the world is perfect, or this universe is perfect in itself. There's no need for change. What? We need to work on this. We need to work on that. Yeah? You only have to work on one thing, and that is the only thing that you actually could control. That is the chitta that sends you all these commands, to do this, to do like this, or not to like this. To go to this place, to go to that place. To have your doubts. And so on, and so on. Changing the world starts within us. If we have changed ourselves, until there's nothing left that we dislike or like, then we will see and then we will understand that we don't have to change the world. We don't have to rally as Buddhists for peace. It's just contradictory in itself. A Buddhist rally for peace. They do it because they don't know otherwise. Because they don't know where the problems are. Because they have never looked at the heart. They have never looked at their own chitta. They only see that this has to be changed in the world. Of course, what other countries are doing to some Buddhist monks like Burma, is not nice. But, resisting it, resisting the karma and not changing ourselves, just using the things that the world uses for peace, sign this petition, sign that petition. And then we feel great. Oh, I signed this petition. I really signed it. I'm really for peace. But my chitta inside boils out of hate. Just somebody comes up, and tells me something that I don't like to hear. And my hate is just coming out. But I signed this petition, to be peaceful, to the world leaders. The world leaders and I are just persons who operate on the same system, who operate on the same mechanism. They have kilesas, we have kilesas. They try to control our kilesas, and we try to control their kilesas. We as a people have the power, if we are enough, to make them resign. So that's what they fear. But they have the power, to dictate us around. That's what is called that democracy. But there's nothing democratic within our chitta. There's one person who says it, there's one thing or one power that constantly commands us around. That is not democratic. Because it won't listen to reasons. If we argue with it, if it's really democratic and say, I vow that, I vow for peace in my heart for the next 2 hours. Do you think it will follow? Because it's a time. The kilesas won't follow. They don't take anything. They are the sole masters of our chitta. At least that's what we assume. If you haven't developed the Dhamma yet, then of course they are the sole masters. And they command us around. But we don't see it as somebody else is commanding us around. We only see, if other people command us around. If our wife or if our husband commands us around, if the head of the village, or if it's the if it's the president, or whatever. If it's our boss, there are commanders around, and I just don't like to do it. Yes. They tell us how to do it. The kilesas tell us how to do it. The kilesas always tell us what to like and what not to like. How to react and how not to react. They make a plan, how to react. Okay, this situation comes up, how do I react the best, how do I really give him a smash under the belly. Kick his balls, What am I going to do? How to kick his balls? Because I never liked him anymore. So we make a plan. If we are Buddhists, then we make a plan how not to kick his balls. We still make plans. So this KBC is constantly in our heads. Kilesas Broadcasting Company. If you listen to, whatever radio station you listen to it, and if you only listen to this one radio station, sooner or later you will believe. That's what the communist countries use for brainwashing. Always the same paroles. And sooner or later the people believe it. They take it, as to be their own. Isn't it how brainwashing works? Isn't that great? And now think about how much the kilesas have brainwashed you. They were not only broadcasting for 20 years or 15 years for a hard case, 2 years for a light case. No, they were broadcasting for the last 60 millions or billions of lives. And we believe everything, every single thought, every single idea they broadcast, we believe. Now, do you see your stupidity? You really see it? How stupid we are? Yes, now we see it. Now we understand it. This very moment we understand it. Now we leave this place, we leave this talk, we go back to our kutis, we sit for 5 minutes and we forget. We believe the kilesa. Now, it's not the right time. Now I should go to do this. Now I should do this. Now it's too much. I'm going to break my back, if I'm going to sit through this pain. Yes, of course, Master Kilesa. That's why I'm going to stop. I always follow your orders. Whatever you order me. What shall I do next? Huh? I mean, we are so submissive. We are so extremely submissive to the kilesas. And there's something in it that tells us that there's something wrong. So but then when we see, that there are some submissive people to the government, or to their wives, or to their husbands, I mean, we get angry. We tell them, you are stupid. You are so submissive to this. Or you're submissive to your government. Or you're so too loyal to your government, or to your clan, or whatever it is. We scold them for their outside submissiveness. And then others can't take it, they fight for freedom. Then they have become rebels and freedom fighters. But who tells them to fight for freedom? The kilesa. Because everybody wants to be the master of this universe. So if I'm not the master, if I'm not the president in my country, I fight for presidents. If I'm not the master in the company, I fight for being the chief in the company. I fight for whatever. Outside. I mean, does it sometimes come up? Does it really sometimes come up that we are constantly slaves to the kilesa? Does it come up? Does it come up that there is continuously or constantly this KBC broadcasting in us? And that we believe it. I am sick. I am sorry. I am depressed. I am not in a good mood. That's the broadcasting. Just like the broadcast tells us, how the weather is outside. Oh, today it's rainy, cloudy. Oh, today it's sunny, shiny. Okay, we can go out and have a picnic. When it's rainy and cloudy, we have to stay at home. I mean, other terms, being sick. We can't really use this body, for having fun. So we have to stay at home. You see? Do you see the similarity in these two things here? Next time you listen to radio, just listen very carefully. And you will see the voice of your kilesas there. Oh, wonderful. That's how it works, huh? That's how we believe. And if you don't believe me, I make you afraid. You will get very sick if you don't do what I say. Huh? You will ruin your body for the rest of your life. Huh? So you better stop now. Oh, you will get crazy if you continue. A lot of people say, you meditate and you get crazy. So if you don't stop now, you will get crazy. And of course we don't want to get crazy. Of course we don't want to affect. So that's why we believe. Say, yes, 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 you're right, you're right. Who is right? Who tells us this crap? Huh? Who in the hell constantly broadcasts this crap? And we are so foolish enough to believe it. Huh? Foolish enough to believe every word they say. Yes, of course, my Lord. Yes, my Lord, Master, Master, Lord. Or whatever, Or my teacher, Of course, you're right. This is like this, Now, I just had an insight, Now, I understand how the kilesas work. Yes, of course, my Lord, Master, kilesas. You tell me how you're working. I mean, am I so stupid to believe that they tell me, how they trick me? Yes, we are so stupid. We believe, they tell us an assumption, yeah? This is how I'm working. And we believe it. That's, I found my way in. I get closer to the goal. Yes, my Lord, Master Kilesa. Interesting, isn't it? I mean, they color everything, I mean, that is mostly their sole purpose. I mean, to comment everything that is happening in this world, in this realm of the five khandhas. I mean, they comment if they have a feeling, they comment if they have a thought, they comment if they have if they see something. They comment, that's a moment. I mean, I don't need to comment it, that there's a cock, I just see it, I just hear it. But they tell me, there's a cock, look at it, there's a cock, huh? Isn't it working that all the time, within our heads or within our heart? Isn't that KBC working all the time? And it's working perfectly smoothly, So we have to get our brains in. I mean, we have to get some dust. We have to get some sand to put into the clockwork. So that it stops, crunching, and until it stops. How do we put that sand into it? I mean, we are alert and say, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You're just fooling me. You're just fooling me. I don't believe this assumption. I don't believe this is like this. I don't believe this is like that. I don't believe this is working out. I don't believe I'm meditating good. I don't believe you anymore. I just rely on the experience that came before the thought that appears, I'm good. I'm just close to meditation. I'm just close to samadhi. And then that moment the thought comes in, goodbye, samadhi. We ejected, yeah? Like we ejected out of a plane. I mean, it's the ejection seat. Each shot, poops, and then we are back into the air. We have to get down to the ground to find ourselves back. Okay, now I'm here. Now I'm boarding the plane. Now I'm going into samadhi. Yes, English. So wonderful. And we fall for it each time they tell us something. Kuning, you heard of KBC, mate? You know BBC? You know KBC? Kilesa's Broadcasting Company. I mean, that's what tells you, you're sick. That's what tells you, you have bad feelings. That's what tells you, I'm too old. I cannot reach Nibbana. That's KBC. Kilesa's Broadcasting Company, tells us, oh, that is too hard, that is too difficult, I'm too old, I'm too weak, I'm too tired, I'm too sick. Isn't it? There's sickness, I have headache, I have congestion. I don't care. It doesn't make me unhappy. But KBC tells us, now we have to really feel sorry for myself. I feel so sorry for myself. Who the hell is myself? Damn it. Yeah. Okay, awareness came in. The Dhamma came in. Who's myself? What is the self made out of? The five khandhas. Okay. What was it just? Thought. It was only a thought. There was a thought. That's it. There was a memory. That's it. This German guy. I mean, some of these Germans are really nutcases. Don't you think so? One of the biggest nutcases sits in front of you. Huh?
I could make a worse case.
So, we fall for it. We constantly fall for it what they tell us, and we believe it. We have been brainwashed by the kilesas for thousands, millions, billions of lives or years. And then, of course, we believe it, like every brainwashed people, we see the effects, Didn't we hear about the effects? We heard about the effects, like in the communist countries, how they brainwash their kids to kill their parents if they say something wrong. You don't know what to say, if you hear things like that. If they have that power, and then just imagine the power of the kilesas, or Avijja to brainwash us for not only 20 years, 50 years, they brainwashed us for a long, long time. This is good, they tell us. That is bad, they tell us. This is what I want, they tell us. This is what I hate, they tell us. This tastes good, they tell us. This sounds fine, they tell us. That sounds terrible, they tell us. They all tell us these things. That's beautiful, they tell us. That's ugly, they tell us. This smell is nice, they tell us. This smell is disgusting, they tell us. And we believe it, don't we? And we act according to it, don't we? So who is the biggest fool? We! Because we follow our master. Whatever he says, we just do it. We don't even think about it. We don't even think about it. We don't even have a thought about it. What our heart is telling us. Might it be wrong? Might it be wrong? Might it be right? That's when Dhamma comes in. We just believe it. We're just completely submissive. Yes, my Lord, Master, Kilesa. Of course you're right, because you have ruled me for 60 billions of years or whatever. You have ruled me so long, you must right. You must be right. How else can you rule me for such a long time? Never ever forget, and this is like law. Never ever forget that there are two souls or two powers in our chitta. One is the power of Dhamma that tries to come through the thickness of the kilesas. And the other thing is the power of darkness, this is avijja. Never ever forget it in every moment. Try to pull up the power of Dhamma and question what the power of darkness is telling you. Or what it is commanding her. I don't like this. Dhamma. Where does that come from? Where is that coming from? I don't like this. Who tells me that? And I do believe it, don't I? Why do I believe it? Why am I so stupid? Why am I so foolish? Huh? Yeah, I really like it. And then you forget about it. Instead of, okay, what is it? Is that nice? Is it not nice? Unpleasant? Pleasant? Let's experience it. And then we know for ourselves. Then we don't have to believe these kilesas that tell us all the things. What is in the world? This is a house, they tell us. What is a house? This is sickness, they tell us. What is sickness? This is cancer, they tell us. What is cancer? They tell us all these things. And we believe it. And Western medicine helps us. We believe it. Okay? Foster the power of Dhamma in your heart. And we can foster it when we use sati. When we are aware of what is going on. We have that. There's something aware that the feeling came in the consciousness. There's something aware that a thought came in. Rely on that. That there is something that is aware of these things. It is aware of an assumption, it is aware of a thought, it is aware of a feeling, it is aware of the body. And investigate. And don't believe RBC, RKBC. Don't believe what they tell you. Question it. Be alert. Be alert to the moment. So, what they say, I end the talk.